Hey guys, welcome to Dropout Approved. I'm Scott, and this is my 2015 Alfa Romeo 4C. Whee!
Ooh, baby, on the track, I'm going vroom, vroom. Try to catch me when I pull up in a zoom, zoom. Ooh, boy, driving by the shore, looking for some more, and my Rari going roar.
We take this ECU and we're going to put it in for this ECU. Pick a hand. So we just did an ECU swap. I dropped off the ECU to Ryan from Vader Performance a couple days ago. No, here's the goods. Don't let anyone see. He took the secondary one that I had and he went and tuned it, and we're going to find out what numbers it's going to put out now. Blue tire. We got the tune done. Now we just need to get the tire done. Fun part, getting out on a slant. At least it's not the police taking it this time. All right, guys, we're here today with Vader Performance, who has just tuned my car. I can't believe the power gains. I am blown away. Good buddy of mine, Ryan, I've known for many years. Come on in here, bring it in, bring it in.
Since 2016, been tuning European exotic vehicles. Just started getting into late model domestic stuff. I bought a Shelby myself, so wanted to get into the Mustang scene and stuff. There's a lot more of those around, so just more vehicles to work on and not limit myself with what I can tune.
Tuning, what does this entail? A lot of people don't even know what tuning is. They hear, oh yeah, my buddy tuned his car.
A lot of people don't understand the fact that when you modify these vehicles, you got to change their fuel ratios. With the European cars, a lot of them have torque limitations, so we get to raise those, and then we optimize them for the fuel that they have. So our best fuel here is 91 octane. Generally with that, like on this car.
What octane would someone usually use?
Well, the minimum would be 91, and that's the best we have.
That's
so
the best we have here.
If we had more, we'd see more power. Yeah, exactly.
So,
best we got. So
higher octane means more power.
Yeah.
You've also tuned a couple of my cars now.
Yeah.
We still haven't dynoed that, but we've dynoed this. I can't wait to reveal the results.
Yeah, dynoed the Alpha.
The Alpha, and as you know, it only has, how much power does this have? In a 1.8 liter car.
Yeah, so
engine.
So stock, these come with 240 at the crank. We dynoed yours with intake and downpipes. So that put out 222, 250 wheel torque. Raised that up to 250 wheel horsepower and 290 torque. And at 6,200 RPM, we raised it to 40 wheel horsepower up top, so that's where you're really going to feel it. And of course we added your little special burbles too.
I like those.
Need those.
Yeah, we didn't have any flames spitting though.
No flames.
Or did we?
I don't think we'll get any flames. It's I don't want to dump too much fuel in on the decel side of things. So
when you tune it, like you're saying right now, with adding too much fuel to it. So what the tune does is actually adds more fuel into the engine. So what you're saying is now I'm going to have to spend more on gas.
When you're on the throttle. and who isn't on the throttle?
It depends how much throttle you're going at.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Pops and bangs and stuff. Like how does that all come in and fit into this. I've actually hit the ground a couple times. A Honda Civic blew by me the other day. I was pumping some gas. I thought I was getting shot up or something. Pop, 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 pop. I'm holy shit.
Yeah, it depends on where you're getting gas too, right? You gotta be more aware when there's pop. For the Alpha, I mean, it's generally just adding more fuel, but there's a certain limit where you don't want to be adding too much because then you start fouling spark plugs. Burbles aren't the best for cars, but there's a certain threshold where you can add.
So what do the burbles do to the car? Like you're saying,
it's essentially a detonation in the exhaust.
What could happen?
You can burn your exhaust valves if it get too extreme, but I usually don't like to do that. So it would be a customer request kind of thing. I wouldn't just add it into a tune that I'm just doing.
So do you recommend the burbles in this or not?
Yeah, I recommend the burbles.
Okay.
I like the burbles.
Just because you like the sound of it?
Yeah, I like the sound of it.
You tune here on the east coast of Canada.
Yeah.
You've also tuned other places. Where else have you tuned?
Furthest place is Australia. You can do some remote tuning on that. So depending on where customers are at, you can send a handheld and I can remotely tune from there. Get their stock file, email to me. All the tuning is based off each vehicle specific, so it's not a generic tune. So I like to fly to Florida, Edmonton, and Calgary. I usually go bang out 5 to 8 cars there at a time.
So you just go out there for like a week or so?
Yeah, go out there
hang
for a
out,
week.
cool car guys, and shoot the shit, and tune cars. What other cars have you tuned?
Locally?
Honda Civics, obviously.
I've actually never tuned a Civic.
Really?
No,
Oh, wow.
Never tuned a Civic.
Volkswagen?
Yeah, Volkswagens, all European exotic and late model domestic usually
What are Porsches?
Yep, GT3 RS, 911 turbos, Carrera, Caymans.
McLarens?
Anything. Yep, a couple McLarens, 570 and a 720 in Edmonton.
Lamborghinis?
Yeah, did a Huracan supercharger on it.
Ferraris? Have you tuned any Ferraris?
Yeah, I think I've tuned a couple Ferraris.
Yeah.
Someone has a 458 that shoots flames too. I don't know who that guy
heard
is,
about
but
that guy.
yeah.
A lot of people don't understand. They're going to hear like a number of 240 horsepower. My mom's Caravan can beat this car. Not a very powerful engine. The weight of this car. Can you explain to people the actual weight to power
Yeah,
thing?
so it
like a lot of
comes
people
down
don't comprehend that. They're like,
power to
oh,
weight
buddy's
ratio.
got an 800 horsepower car and it's 8,000 pounds.
Yeah. First example would be a Hellcat. Hellcats are, if you're looking at the standard version, 707 at the crank, but those weigh 4,500 pounds. You're racing a car that's 3,000 pounds with 200 less horsepower. You know, it's going to be a very even race. Depending on the driver, manual or auto, maybe that 3,000 pound car with only 600 horsepower is going to beat it.
And it only has 240 horsepower, 1,800 pounds roughly.
Okay.
It's in the door jam.
Which is very light.
So it's very light. Will this beat a Hellcat off the jump at a red light?
I think it definitely would. This thing is going to get out of the hole quick. It's not going to spin like a Hellcat would. A Hellcat, it's going to spin a lot.
And a Hellcat is how much power?
A standard Hellcat, 707 horsepower.
707 horsepower, and this is only 240.
Yeah.
And you're claiming that a 240 horsepower car can whoop a 707 horsepower car.
Out of the hole,
Out of the hole.
Hellcat's
Amazing.
going to spin.
With the power to weight ratio, we've added how much more power to this now?
So at 6,200 RPM, we added about 40 wheel horsepower. The baselines were done with the downpipes and the intake, so
Yes.
you got to put an account to that as well, but just the software we changed, 40 wheel horsepower up top.
On a normal supercar, say, adding 40 wheel horsepower to this car?
Is a lot.
I can't wait to get this out on the street. We had it on the street. We had just left tuning station on the dyno.
Yeah.
Pulled off that side street and we got on the road. The burbles and pops, the power was just phenomenal. Then bang, I blew my tire. So I don't even know the full capabilities of this car yet after you tuning it.
Oh, I know. It'll be a big reveal when you get the new tires on, right?
Well, once we get the tires on, then we're going to take it for a rip. Well, I can't lie. I handed over my Ferrari 458 to you to tune.
Yeah.
I was a little worried. I've now had it 2 years for sure
2
with the
years.
tune. Loved it. I've had no issues whatsoever. It is actually, it's beaten a GTR that was like fully tuned itself.
Yeah, exactly.
But apparently the tune was off, I heard. But anyway,
Well, it's not a Vader tune, right? So
it wasn't a bit.
I might rent the Lambo and go drive it like it's stolen. I've been living wild, I'm just going through the motions. Stumbling out the Uber, grab my hand, gave me the notion. Swimming in your water, but it feels just like the ocean. I can't lie, I've really been addicted to you. All of my attention I've been giving to you. Caught up in my feelings, I got feelings for you. Caught up in my feelings, I got feelings for you. On my mind, I can't lie. On my mind, I can't lie. Pull you down till you dry. Pull you down till you dry. All the time, ease my mind. All the time, ease my mind. I know that you're dangerous, I'm addicted.
Hey Hey guys, once again, this is my 2015 Alfa Romeo 4C Launch Edition, which is key. They only made 500 of these for North America. This is actually number 278 of the 500 that were made. This came in a white colored vehicle when it first came. I had good buddies of mine at YST. Thank you so much, Paul and the boys. They have 2 locations, one in Toronto, one in Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia. They actually wrapped the full car. The wrap turned out amazing. I can't thank them enough for doing that. On the Launch Edition, there was a lot of different key things that were done different for this model, including these little air vents here, which are kind of cool. They just allow more air to flow through. And they also came with the carbon fiber mirrors, as well as a carbon fiber little air intake and a couple little carbon fiber pieces all over it. The interior as well. Kind of went a little bit overboard, and I carbon fibered this, I carbon fibered that, I carbon fibered that, which is a cool little unique thing. Uni wiper. I think it's kind of a cool look. I had a little V thing in there, these little carbon fiber accents and around back. Actually did a lot of drilling. I did something really crazy here. The back of this car was nice before, but I actually took a drill and drilled into this and cut this out. And slid those carbon fiber pieces right in there, which was very scary. And on top of that, we also carbon fibered this. As far as the trunk goes, in the front here, doesn't even open. It's actually, that is bolted shut. In order to even take that front hood off, you have to remove the wheels and your inner fenders, and then you have access to the bolts, and then you can remove the actual hood because the engine's actually in the back. And this is an ultralight car, so in order to do so, they removed everything that would add weight, including, normally you'd have little piston shock thingies here that hold your bonnet open. They actually reduced that weight by just having this little skinny aluminum bar, which bends apparently. Light savings, once again, this car is actually, it's got no power steering. It's bananas. It's a glorified go-kart. In the engine here, I've actually done all these pipes and tubes. I've even gone above and beyond and got extra thick tubing for the air intake, because basically a thinner layer of this tubing, it gets sucked in when there's so much pressure of the air going through and getting injected into the engine. The thickness actually holds it, so it holds a solid airflow through it. See how many flies we can get in here and then kill them. And as far as getting into the car, a lot of people think that this here is actually a roll cage. It's not. It's actually a harness bar. That's what holds my harnesses in there, but I call this here the pole of fun, because basically to get in, I just put my bum on it and slide down the pole, and in I go, and then off I go. Wow, this burble tune is ridiculous. Show off the burbles. Shot him, got him. Holy shit. 20 horsepower gain. Wow, that's only a 250 horsepower engine right now. Mind-boggling. And there's 2 of us in here getting tossed around. Whee! This is just such a fun car, guys. It brings joy to me. Yay! Ah! Country road, take me home to the place. Something, something, something. West Virginia, Nova Scotia. So when you're driving your rear wheel vehicle, sports car, in the winter, you put it in all weather. Then you can go back up to natural on. The next level is dynamic on. And then the next one, after 8 seconds of holding the DNA selector, it goes to Alfa Romeo Race On, which I use when I'm on the track. In the gauge cluster, you can see we actually have a G meter, temperature, and our turbo bar, and it also shows us our range. If driven properly, you can get 600 kilometers on a tank of gas, and to fill it, it's only 40 liters. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Dropout Approved. This is Ryan from Vader Performance. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. We'll see you next Wednesday. Till then.